Welcome to Language Arts, second grade. So today we have quiz time again. Well, let's go over some things before you start with your quiz. I have some charts here. It's the dividing syllables chart again. Hopefully you don't get tired of looking at it, but I guess they want to get you really good at it so that you can divide words real good and know how they should be divided between the syllables. So let's look at this a little bit again. So we have number one is divide a compound word between the two words. Number two is divide a word between the prefix, root word, and suffix. Number three, divide a word with a double consonants between the double consonants. Number four, divide a word with unlike consonants between the unlike consonants. Number five, divide a word with a long vowel after the long vowel. Do not divide a vowel set. Number six, divide a word with a short vowel after the consonant. Number seven, do not divide consonant digraphs. Number eight, when a word ends with a consonant and LE, divide it before the consonant and LE. Number nine, do not divide the letters CK. Divide the word between CK and the ending syllable. Okay, so that is dividing syllables. Let's talk now about the suffixes chart. Do you still remember the suffixes chart? So the suffixes chart has rules on when to drop an E or when to double a consonant and stuff like that. So let's just go over it here. So number one says when a word ends with ch, sh, s, x, or z, add es, like churches, wishes, buses, foxes, and buzzes. Number two, when a word has, number one, a vowel set, like team, or ends with two consonants like jump, or the suffix is a consonant suffix like less, just add the suffix. So like team, it has a vowel set, so you just add the suffix. Jump, it ends with two consonants, so you will just add the suffix. Number three is the suffix. The suffix is a consonant suffix like less, so you will just go ahead and add the suffix. You won't change the root word, in other words. Okay, number three, when a word ends with silent E, drop the E before adding a vowel suffix like bake. It ends with a silent E, so we're going to drop the E before adding a vowel suffix like ing we added. So since we added a vowel suffix, we will need to drop the E. Number four, when a word ends with a short vowel and one consonant, double the consonant before adding a vowel suffix like run. You will need to double that consonant because it ends with a short, it has a short vowel and it ends with one consonant, so you will need to double the consonant before adding a vowel suffix, like ing is the vowel suffix, so double your consonant. Number five, when a word ends with a vowel and Y, just add the suffix, like key. Key ends with a vowel and a Y, so you will just add the suffix. You won't change the root word. Just add the suffix. Number six, when a word ends with a consonant and Y, change the Y to I before adding a suffix. Like fry, it ends with a consonant and a Y. R is the consonant and Y. Change the Y to I before adding a suffix. Like fried, you change the Y to I and then you add the suffix. Okay, so number seven, when a word ends with Y, keep the Y when adding the suffix ing. Flying, so in flying, it ends with a Y, so we're going to keep the Y when adding the suffix. When a word, number eight, when a word ends with silent E, keep the E when adding a consonant suffix, like safe. It ends with a silent E, so we're going to keep the E when adding a consonant suffix. ly is a consonant suffix, so you will keep the E. Number 9, when a word ends with fe, change the fe to ve and add s, like knife. It ends with fe, so we're going to change the fe to ve and add s, like knives. Number 10, when a word ends with F, change F to V and add ES. Leaf ends with F, so we will change the F to V and add ES, like leaves. Number 11, when a word ends with FF, add S. So like cuff, we add S because it ends with FF. Okay. So those are just a few things to refresh your mind in again. We didn't go over the suffixes for a while, so yeah, now you know that again. And so let's look over here now on the board, second grade. We have some more sentences to diagram, so let's look here on the board. We have 5 big crows flew. So let's diagram that. We'll go like this, and then we'll put crows is the noun. So we're going to put crows right here. Nouns name person, place, or thing, right? And then verbs, let's go to what verbs do. Verbs, they show action. So crows, what did they do? They flew. Verbs always go over here. And then 5 and big, they describe crows. So we're going to put them underneath crows. 5 and big. Okay, and then we have the sentence, one warm fire crackled. So let's put that over here. So we have fire is your noun. It names a thing. And what did the fire do? It crackled. So we'll put crackled right here. So then one and warm describe fire. So we'll put one and warm underneath fire. Okay. So now let's review the study words that you've had. The study words starting in lesson 6. So you can either listen to me or you can turn back to lesson 6 and go over it with me. If you don't do it now, go with me with it now. You should do it then when you go study for your quiz. Make sure you know your study words. I'll just go over them here with you a little bit. Friendly letter is a letter written to a friend, and heading is the date in a friendly letter written in the top right corner. Okay, let's go to lesson 7 now. And it says greeting. Greeting is a way of saying hello in a letter, the second part of a friendly letter. Lesson 8 has one word also, body. A body means a visit on paper, the longest part of a friendly letter. Number 9, lesson 9, that has 2 words. Closing is a way of saying goodbye in a friendly letter, and signature is the name of the person who wrote the letter. Okay, so the 5 parts of a friendly letter, and I'll show you that paper again. So the 5 parts of the friendly letter again are up here on the right corner is the heading. That's the date that you write the letter. And then we have greeting. Right here's a greeting. And then the body is the visit on the paper. And then we have closing down here and the signature. So we get a comma between the date and the year up here. And we have all of these words capitalized in the greeting with a comma. And then we have your nicely written body, and then we have closing. The first letter always gets capitalized in a closing, and you get a comma after the whole closing. And then we have a signature here, and the signature is your name, and it will go right underneath the closing here. And so don't forget to capitalize your name also. Okay. So, which three parts need a comma? Let's just go over that again. Which three parts need a comma? It is the heading and the greeting and the closing. And now which words get capitalized in the greeting? Each word gets capitalized in a greeting. And in the closing, only the first word in the closing gets capitalized. All right, yeah. You can go ahead and study all the study words, know the meanings of the study words, and review the We Remembers in section 1 and 2. And then you can make sure that you know your spelling words from section 2. And I'll be sending your mom a picture of the words that you will get to write. Make sure you know all of them real good. You will only have 10 of those words to write down on your test then, but make sure you know them really good so that you, because you don't know which 10 that will be given, so be really careful with that. All right, I'm going to let you now study for your quiz, and then you can go ahead, and then when you're ready for your quiz, you can go ahead and ask your mom for it, and you can do a really good and careful job. Okay, have a good day.